Ever wondered where all the races came from? And how come a specific race's origin is connected to a certain continent? If you didn't know, Africa, the ancient motherland, is believed to be the birthplace of all mankind, and this has always been an open secret. But what if I told you that the Bible, one of the oldest scriptures known to mankind, tells us the origins of the African people and their descendants? All the Abrahamic religions might know who Noah is and how he and his family were saved by God from perishing by the great flood that was bestowed upon mankind. But did you know that Noah's sons are the ancestors of all the races that roam the earth today? Like I said, it wasn't just Noah and his wife who were saved during the flood, but also their 3 sons and their wives. These sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, were tasked with repopulating the world after the waters receded. Now, there's some debate among Bible scholars about who was the oldest, middle, and youngest among the brothers. However, it is popularly believed that Japheth was the oldest, Shem the middle child, and Ham the youngest of the 3. Now the story goes like this. Noah, being a man of the soil, decided to plant a vineyard. Unfortunately, he ended up getting drunk and passed out naked in his tent. Ham, the father of Canaan, saw his father in this state and told his brothers about it. But Shem and Japheth, being respectful, covered their father's nakedness by walking backward with a garment and placing it on him. They made sure not to look at him in that state. When Noah woke up and learned what his youngest son had done, he cursed Canaan, Ham's son. He blessed Shem and praised the Lord, asking for Canaan to be Shem's slave and for Japheth's territory to be extended. Out of respect for their father, Shem and Japheth received Noah's blessing, while Ham's descendants were cursed. Ham's son Canaan settled in the land that would later become Israel, the promised territory for the Jews. They became known as the Canaanites. When God freed the Hebrews from slavery in Egypt, he commanded Joshua to wipe out the idolatrous Canaanites and claim the land. Now let's talk about the names of Noah's sons and their offspring. Shem means fame or name. He became the father of the Semitic people, including the Jews. The language they developed is known as Shemitic or Semitic. Shem lived for 600 years and had sons named Arpachshad, Elam, Asher, Lud, and Aram. Japheth is believed to be the father of the Europeans. Alongside Shem, he received Noah's blessing and became the father of 7 sons: Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshech, and Tiras. Their descendants spread to the coastal regions around the Mediterranean and lived harmoniously with Shem's people. Ham was the father of the Africans, hence referring to his dark color. As a result of his disrespectful actions towards his father, Ham and his sons, Cush, Egypt, Put, and Canaan, were cursed by Noah. But guess what? Evidence suggests that a big chunk of the ancient Hebrewic people, including Moses' followers, were actually black Africans. Yep, you heard that right. Let's rewind to the time of the Exodus when the Israelites were living it up in Egypt. Turns out a good number of them were undeniably African. And when the Israelites settled in Canaan, guess who joined them? You got it, Africans. Now here's where things get really interesting. Ever heard of the Ge'ez language? It's a now extinct Semitic language spoken in Ethiopia and Eritrea. And guess what? The Ethiopian speakers of Ge'ez have one of the oldest Bibles known to humankind. This ancient Bible, written at least 1,000 years before the King James Version, contains a whopping 88 books compared to the latter's 66. It even includes the famous Book of Enoch and all 3 books of Maccabi, along with Esdras and Baruch. Now here's the interesting thing. Scholars suggest that Cush, a son of Ham, may have influenced Hinduism, as his children were named Rama and Shiva, similar to Hindu deities Rama and Shiva. This hints at a possible connection between the religious beliefs of Ham's lineage and early Indian culture. Shocking as it may seem, these are some beliefs that can make anyone doubt the authenticity of the things we have been taught about race.